Everybody, how you doing? How you feeling? Let me know in the comment section. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Behind the Music. Today we're joined by Ethan. So he's a Calgary-based R&B singer. We gonna be talking to him. He's giving like all of the Chris Brown vibes, you know. So we're gonna talk to him a little bit about his artistry, what got him into the music scene in the first place, a little bit about the romance side of him, since like 90% of his songs are love songs. And then also we're gonna talk to him about the music industry, navigating the music industry. Homie has a few opinions about like Calgary versus Toronto, so we gonna get into it. Let's see what his opinion is. Oh, this song, by the way, is called Conceited.
I have no faith anymore. Hello?
I like the acoustic version.
Am I audible?
But you stay on my mind. Tell me we will be alright.
I like that song. Guys, drop a fire emoji if you like this song. Is it just me?
I know.
Okay, I'll listen to the rest of that later. Wow, I like that.
Much love, bro. Hello?
Yeah. What inspired Conceited? What inspired that single?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, word. Oh my God. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Conceited. Whew. Conceited. That's a loaded one. What inspired Conceited was kind of okay. A lot of people say that I spelled conceited wrong, but I'm from South Africa. So the way I look at everything is a lot broader. Not to say that in South Africa we use the word in a different context. It's just I've been in a lot of countries, so I have a lot, not that I have an elevated lingo, but you know what I mean? I can understand more meanings of words, right? So conceited means to lose. Conceited means to be at a point where you're at your lowest and you admit fault, right? A lot of my friends were saying, no, you're supposed to say Conceited, conceited, like full of yourself. But conceited means to be very timid, very slow and admitting fault, right? So the inspiration behind that song, as all my songs, is always a story. The inspiration was kind of, I was analyzing myself as an individual and I said, hey, you are actually in the wrong this time. Like there's nothing you can do that, can fix this. You have to admit fault. And I sat down and I said, okay, you know what? I told you a lie. I didn't mean it, girl. I'm conceited. Surrender your mind. Let go what makes you. Even forget my own lyrics. But that kind of thing is you acknowledge that you're at fault. So that was the main inspiration, was just to say the words that I couldn't say at the time, to say, hey, I'm sorry. I admit fault completely.
Yeah. Wow. I love that. You think, is that one of your few songs where it's like self-reflective? Because I feel like a lot of your singles are about the actual relationship or the woman in itself, and it's not necessarily so reflective.
Yeah. That was one of the songs, that whole project was one of the admittance uh projects. There's been a few songs I've made where I get to a point where I'm like, I gotta say sorry. I gotta say what's on my mind. Because I look at it in the sense of, in life, we gotta keep moving to the future. But in order to get to the future, you need to assess the wrongs of your past, deal with them internally, and it gives you that like guide way to go forward. So that's kind of all the singles along those lines are kind of like, yeah, you messed up, or they messed up, or
Yeah.
whatever the case may be. There was a messing up, there was a lesson, there was a this, push it, keep it pushing.
Yeah. I feel like, yeah, a lot of the other ones are more surface level, but this one's
Mm,
super deep, and I can hear it. I can hear it in your tone of voice, the
yeah.
way you decided to put together the whole track itself, especially the acoustic version, because earlier we were playing the regular version, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
So yeah, that's amazing. I love it. I love it. You did a really, really great job with that, and obviously because it's so personal, right?
Yes. I always say to people, I try my best to write from the heart. There are a lot of times where, people want some bubblegum stuff, so we give them some bubblegum stuff, out here in the studio, check that out. All my cool things. So, sometimes when I get in here, I try to adhere to as many things as I can. Some people want, they want to party, they want to jola, they want to be happy. Some people want to be conceited, they want to admit faults, they want to admit that guilt, and I try and get all those things. I try and get all those pieces, elements of me in my music.
Yeah. Is it ever nerve-wracking sharing those elements? Do you ever feel like, okay, that was just to get it out off of my chest, but like that single like private to me?
It's kind of like no one will truly know the reasons why I wrote the song. You know,
Mhm.
a lot of people like, okay, yeah, you can understand when you listen to the song and you're like, oh, the guy is sad. Like you can understand the guy is sad, but you don't know the internals of
Mm-mm.
it. And in terms of nerves, it's kind of for me, the world isn't really staring at me in the same light that, they stare at Drake. So I'm not, you know what I mean? So I'm not in a position where I'm like, oh, I have to, hold my feelings and everything. I mean, I don't care. Like I I be telling people like, I always put the best version of myself forward. Be that as vulnerable as it is, as confident as it is, as selfless as it is, whatever it may be. I try and put the best version of myself, and the nerves kind of don't get to it because I'm just trying to do me.
Yeah,
I'm really just trying to do me.
yeah. And you've been doing you from the jump,
Oh
right?
yeah.
Ever since you decided to leap into this industry.
Hmm. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
When
yeah.
you initially made that decision, what was it like? How old were you?
So it was 2 a.m.
To it.
Sometime in
Oh,
20, it was
he
2 in the
told us the
morning.
time,
I'm
guys.
telling you, it's 2 in the morning. And so one of my friends, he had sent me a beat, right? I've been playing piano, I've been like doing instruments my whole life in church, right? Until I was 2019. So 2019, how old was I? I don't know, like 17-ish, 17, 16, 17, 16, around there. And I was sitting up at night and the guy sent me the beat and I said to myself, I always had this like desire. I wanted to make music so bad. I wanted to be Michael Jackson, man. I wanted to make music that reflects me because I'm reflecting upon my own experiences through other people. I wanted to be able to reflect upon the music with my own experiences, right? I wanted my own music to reflect my experiences because I've never been like the type of person to like confide in other people to get my emotions out. From an early age, I started the piano. That's kind of where my emotional outlet came. So it was like 2 a.m. I'm chilling. I have this thing, this desire. It's like an itch. It's like, oh, I want to make music. Oh, I want to do it. And I really want to do it. And my friend, he says, yo, dude, I have this beat. I said, okay, how much do I owe you? Because again, I don't know nothing. I have not done my research. All I know is how to sing and make music and play it. That's all I can
You're
do. The music's
an
the music
artist.
business. I'm an artist, yeah. The music business, I don't know. Please, I cannot give you an answer. So I'm sitting there and the guy and I'm like, I play the beat over and over again. I'm like, what would I do? What would I do? What would I do? And my friend Josh, he said, bro, you always whenever you make those songs, I would show him the songs I would make. He says, whenever you make those songs, I always feel so deeply rooted to what you're singing. Why don't you try that? And that's how I sat and I said, you know what? Everyone's asleep. I'm gonna start making the song. And that's when my bad was made. I don't know how or why, but I just had this calling to say, dude, make the song. I got my iPad, a little iPad mini. I had an iPad mini and I
Yeah.
had my headphones.
Yeah.
So I don't even know where the blanket is. I think I still have it upstairs. I draped the blanket over me and I sang into that little thing in there, and I just made the entire song. No auto tune, nothing, just an EQ and what I thought was a compressor. What I thought to do with the compressor, I did not know what the hell I was doing. But that was just the inspiration. It was just this burning desire of I've made all these songs that no one can hear, and my boy gave me the lob to say, hey, you like that beat? Try something.
Put the
It was just a
two
try
together.
something moment. Yeah, it was really just a try something moment.
Good on you. Well, big up, Josh.
Thank you. Yeah, no, really, Josh is clutch. Josh, oh my goodness, Josh is so
Yes,
clutch.
Josh helped to launch the career.
Ooh.
That's dope. Do you remember what that song was called?
That song was called My Bad, and I thought I was really cool, so I spelt the A with like a really weird accent because I was a kid. I thought I was cool.
I mean,
Yeah, the name.
I don't think you should be dissing your child version of you because you're continuing this with conceited. So like,
Oh yeah,
it's still
oh
that
yeah.
pattern is still coming through.
It's the same person. It's the same person, just a different age.
Yeah, literally, literally. Oh, okay. Well, that is spectacular. And then you got hooked ever since.
Thanks.
So at that time, did you know how to play any instruments, or did that come on later on in your journey?
So growing up, I started playing piano when to what I can remember, I was 6. I can
6?
remember playing it at 6, yeah. Apparently, there's videos of me at the age of 3 trying to understand why when I do this, there's a sound. I don't know. My mother has those things, I'm asking for them. But yeah, I've been
Yeah.
playing piano for, I would say, like 18 years. I've been playing the piano. Uh, I started playing the bass, as you can see. This is this is my first girlfriend, Monica.
Oh, your friend. Oh, does she
Yeah.
have a name?
Yeah. Yes. All my instruments have a name.
Okay.
This is Monica right here.
Monica.
Monica
Okay.
was given to me by my old band teacher. Growing up, I was in a band, and one of the guys he left for school, and we didn't have a bassist. And my band teacher was like, dude, go pick up the bass. And there's literally videos of this tiny me with this big ass thing trying to play, it's so funny. But yeah, this is my first love. I've had her for years upon years. Piano wise, I think I've gone through about
Monica.
2 pianos, and then I started playing the marimbas at some point. Started playing the drums. Then I got a harmonica. Her name's Melody. Her name is Melody. Oh, sorry.
Fitting.
My
Very
piano.
fitting.
My piano
Yes.
right here. Her name is Rihanna, but not spelled like
Liana.
Rihanna, but not spelled like Riri. Like this is an Rianna.
Oh,
Like
Rihanna.
yeah, like Rihanna.
Oh.
Yeah, all my instruments have names. Everything has a name.
Wait,
I'm still waiting for the
but how do
saxophone.
you have a saxophone too?
I'm getting it. I'm getting it. I'm close.
Oh my
I'm very
gosh. An
close.
R&B singer who has the vocals, knows how to dance, and plays the saxophone? Oh, hold on. And you know how to play the piano? Whoa. Okay. You need to
Guitar maybe
relax
on a
with
good
the
day.
talent.
No, relax.
Like,
I'm gonna try to dumb it down a little bit. I'm gonna try to dumb it down.
wow. Okay, dope. Okay, so how do you come up with the names for all of your instruments? Is
I don't know. It kind of just hits me, to be honest with you.
the vibe?
This is a Roland piano, so it had to start with an R. It had to start with an R.
Yeah,
That was kind of my reasoning. The harmonica is very melodious, so I just call it melody.
of
It
course.
makes sense to
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
Monica, I don't know. I don't know. It really just sometimes the names just hit me.
Was
I
Monica,
don't.
hold on. Was Monica your first girlfriend? And then you were like, that fits the guitar.
Well, Monica was like okay, so I had a piano, but I didn't name that first piano.
Okay.
Monica, Monica the guitar, right, was more of a that this is my first instrument. You know what I mean? Because I didn't really
Mm-hmm.
associate the piano as my instrument because it was kind of I just did it so much that it was kind of like I don't have to. Not that I didn't have attachment, but I didn't really feel the need to name it. It was just
Mm.
it that piano had been there for years, so I didn't have a name for it. But Monica came into my life at a position where I was like, yeah, I'm gonna start naming my instruments. And then I got Rihanna when I moved to Canada. I got this one. So it's just I don't know. The names just come out of nowhere. I just prefer like older people names, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
I
yeah.
guess.
Okay, no, that's totally fine. And I can already tell Monica is the one that you love the most.
I love hey, nah,
He's about
I do
to
not
say, I love all my chicks.
I was
I love all
about
my
to
girlfriends.
say
I love all my girlfriends equally.
there's gonna be a very, very misconstrued perception of me. Yeah. No, no, no. I love loving. I love loving. There we go.
We can tell from the music, sir. We can tell from the music.
Oh yes, oh
I just
yes.
want to take a quick moment to say hello to Sabrina. She gave us both a shout out. So, hey, girl, thanks for tuning
Hey
in.
fam.
Um, we can tell from the music. So, another one of your talents is obviously dancing. You are dancing away in that music video that you're about to launch.
Yes, yes.
Have you ever been like have you ever taken dance classes?
No, I have not. The only classes I took was just watching Michael Jackson growing up. That was good. I used to know the entire Thriller choreography. It's kind of muscle memory right now. Like there's some points I can know certain points of the song. I'm like, I gotta do this thing, you know.
Yeah.
So I didn't have any classes. I never really had. I didn't have time for it because I was too busy going to piano, guitar lesson, band performance, solo performance, church performance. I was everywhere, so I didn't have enough time to dance. It's only when I
Right.
started making my own music at this age, like around 20ish, I was like, I want to I need to get into dancing. I do it for fun, you
Yeah.
know. I haven't done it for my music, and I was like, I'm
Okay.
gonna learn that. I want to be all rounded. I want to be well rounded. So that was kind of my
Yeah.
thought.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
you seem to have a really good grasp of just basic steps already. So you're doing a
Yeah,
really
thank
great
you.
job faking, like pretending like you're a professional dancer, you know?
Exactly. Yeah, they say fake it till you make it or something like that. I don't know. I don't remember.
Yeah, like even the artwork for I think it's Jola. Yeah, the artwork for Jola, I was like, this man has to be in some type of physical activity. Like, was it gymnastics? Like,
As
like
for
nobody poses
gymnastics,
like that. Just like flexing on one handstand, like a one arm handstand. Like no one's just casually doing that.
you know what? You know what? All I have to say is that it may have taken a while to get the shot, is what I'm
Right.
trying to say. It may have taken a little bit of movie magic and a little bit of you know, electrolyte restoration because it was tough. I won't lie. Oh my goodness, it was tough. But growing up, I've always been an athlete. I was playing I used to play hockey a lot. And I used to be
Mhm.
playing at club levels, sometimes provincial levels. There was a few times I would like step in, but I didn't really like ever become very like lazy-ish, if that makes sense.
Mm. Mhm.
I've always been very active, like playing with the guys I played with growing up. If you were not there, don't come.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Don't yeah, because these are the type of the guys that I was training with, the guys that were coaching me were actually like the starting lineup for the South African hockey team. So
Right.
there was kind of an there was a level you needed to meet.
Yeah.
If you were not meeting that level, don't come to practice because what are
Right.
you doing? You're just a
Right.
cone at this point. You're just you're for the training drill. So my whole life I've always been field hockey was kind of my biggest sport because of the the network I was within.
Yeah.
All my friends were playing, all these guys who were, playing, representing our country are playing the song, are playing the sport. And, I loved the sport as well. And all my boys, we came and did it. Soccer was also a big thing for me. I played soccer growing up when I was like, in like one to seven, 1 to 7 age. I liked field hockey more. I don't know why. But yeah, I've always been playing sport.
That
Always
was
been
it. It was just
active. Yeah.
hockey when you were like up to the age of 7, and from there it was just instruments onwards,
Yeah.
and then boom, music career.
Yeah, then we had to put down the hockey stick and take off the cleats, you know. We had to pick
Yeah.
up the guitar at that point. We said may have to pivot a little bit.
Yeah, yeah. Would you ever think of combining the two? Like, I don't know when the last time you were on an ice rink, but would you ever do like a music video on ice?
Well, it wasn't really ice. It was more like field hockey. So you play on like grass, like turf.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay, okay.
yeah. No.
Sorry.
The hockey they play this side is scary. The hockey they
Yeah.
play, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. I'm not
Oh,
doing
okay,
that.
okay.
They be hitting you. They be hitting you. I said, ooh. I'm
That's
like,
the line, right? That's where we
yeah.
draw the line.
I said, y'all stay there. I'm gonna stay over
Yeah.
here. You know, but I do know how to skate. I've been skating a lot. Like growing up, I there was an ice rink not close to the house, but like a ways away from the house, and we went there a lot. Like I would maybe do one on the ice, but I kind of need to get more um stable
Mhm.
before
I mean, your judgment call
yeah,
at the end of the day. No
because
pressure.
then I'm gonna call you. I'm like, yeah, you know that music video I was gonna shoot. I can't do it. My leg.
No,
I don't.
you should really do. You should take this clip and be like, I think I just got this was a challenge, and
It
then
was
make
the
a whole
challenge.
video out
Yeah,
of it.
this was the plan, and we executed it or we didn't. We'll see what happens. We'll see at the end of the video.
Yeah. Yeah, but like if you end up in the hospital or any broken wounds, like it's not on me, fam. Like
No, but you
that was a
put the
you
idea.
decision.
You put the idea. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? I get very easily inspired. So now I'm thinking, oh, where am I gonna
Okay.
go find an ODR or something out here? Go put myself
Yeah.
somewhere, you know?
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay, well, as noted earlier, you are a lover. So, are all of your songs based on real relationships?
Every single song that I make is an experience. Uh, there's actually one of my the bio I gave to the radio station when I was presenting one of my songs was I don't look at my music as a genre. I don't look at my music as a how would one say as just a song. I look at it as an experience. Every single song that I make is either inspired, a story, or about something that I've been through. A lot of
Or
the
about
songs
something
like
what?
or something I've been through.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a lot of the music I make has a story. It has a story. I once tried to make a superficial song about something that I was not, and then I looked at it. I'm like, you cannot claim you have a Ferrari and you're still driving a Mazda. So I was like, yeah, you know what? What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna keep it 100 with y'all. I ain't gonna sing about nothing that is not in my life. I ain't gonna sing about nothing that's I haven't personally gone through because it makes it more like I was saying, I want to relate to the music through my experience.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not at the position to be saying I drove a Ferrari into a bridge or whatever, you know. I'm at the position where I got to go to work tomorrow and then I got to come back home. I need to do the laundry and then go back to work the next day. I got an exam. You know what I mean? That's where I'm at. So that's what I'm going to be telling y'all. I ain't going to lie to y'all. I don't want
Or
to
like
lie to
those
people.
moments where like you wear the same thing, you have a uniform and it's black, but like you have a stain, so you have to do the little
Yeah,
wet
yeah,
rag just to get it off, and
yeah,
then
you got it. And then you find the
you go
bleach.
outside to do your laundry.
Yeah, ish. And then the one where you forgot to put you put the yellow what is it, the pink sock with the whites. And then now
Right.
your stuff is stained. That's the song. That's the next song. It's called Pink Stain. But I don't lie. I
Is it
don't
really?
lie. I'm telling. I'm
Oh,
kidding.
I'm like, that's a switch. That's a switch for real.
Pink Stain will low-key be a tough
But
name,
I
bro.
appreciate that. Like, I appreciate the honesty. I appreciate the fact that you continue to find ways to just be relatable to the average person, right? And you're
Yeah,
speaking truth to your story.
exactly.
That's honestly the best path to go because then you don't have to worry about keeping up a certain presence
Hmm.
or proving yourself because you're really just speaking about your own experiences and what you see and experience from day to day.
Exactly. Because I find a lot of people, especially in Calgary. Me, I don't really care. I have no filter. But a lot of people, especially in this city, they're writing about and doing things that ain't them. You know, I feel like in the music industry, especially for those who are trying to strive for those in higher positions, they're mimicking. I find a lot of
Mm.
people are mimicking, especially in Calgary, a lot of people are saying like, oh, I'm gonna wear this, I'm gonna be about this, and all my lyrics are gonna be, XYZ. And I feel like you're not really, you're detaching from the music. I feel personally, music is supposed to be self-expression, expression of your inner self, not an expression of what you saw on TV yesterday. I find that there's a very big disconnect, especially in this city where there's not a lot of musicians who are making music about them and what's inside their heart. They're trying to make stuff that other people can listen to and say, "Hey, that's hard," and what. I'm like, I mean, I get it if that's what you're about, but are you really about that, or you're faking it?
Mm.
Because a
Mhm.
lot of people don't. A lot of people ain't about that. You hear some people talking about the most outlandish stuff in their music, and you go and see, like, I'm not gonna name any names, but there was this artist. He wanted to work with me because I got my studio running up and bringing in artists. I said, okay, what's up, man? Like, what are you trying to do? He sends me a reference, and I said, okay. Made the beat, 10 minutes, cool. He gets to the studio. He started singing the most weird like he was rapping about like the weirdest things. I won't go into it in detail, but having lots of money, having lots of jewelry and blah blah blah, blah. And I'm looking at I'm looking at the individual, and I'm like, sir, you pulled up in a Chevy, number one. Okay. Don't be saying no other stuff. You pulled up in a Chevy Malibu, number one. Number two, you're lying because you're not feeling that music. Like, you're just here to throw it at the, and I'm like, damn, what am I supposed to do with that? I couldn't. I told him I can't work on that song, man. I can't work on that song no more because I need you to really put your heart in the music the way I put my heart in the music. We can't be faking out here because then you ain't gonna get where you want to be, or you're not gonna be fulfilling your own growth by faking it. So yeah, I don't know.
Yeah.
For me personally, all my songs have to have meaning. It has to be something I've been through personally. I cannot make a song about something that's not me. It doesn't feel
Yeah.
right. We
Yeah,
we
absolutely.
actually we had a
We have,
comment.
we have some
Yeah,
comments coming in. People are saying once you put your soul into music, it will turn out better.
that's
Someone
so
else
true.
commented, or no, it was just a continuation from that
Mm,
comment. People will always know if you're faking authenticity, which is very true.
that's so
And so,
true.
congrats to you for upholding your standards,
Thank you.
within your music,
Thank
because
you.
that's very important, especially when it comes to R&B. Like, what you create is very soulful.
Yeah.
And it's hard to fake the funk when it's that type of genre.
Oh yeah. No, it's very hard very hard to lie when the keys are telling you to tell the truth.
Absolutely, absolutely. And
Ah.
so when you're thinking about those things, like upholding your integrity and having these type of standards, mixed in with your theme of being Mr. Loverboy, would you rather internal love or romantic love, and
Would I
why?
rather internal love?
Internal love or
Oh,
romantic love, why?
can you define what you mean by internal love?
Internal, like self-love. Like, like, which type of love do you prefer? Do you prefer the romantic love or do you prefer the self-love?
That's a loaded question. Yeah, raw. Okay. Um, I've always been an internal love type of guy. I very much love to value myself because you can't have romantic love if you don't love yourself, right? There are a lot of people who will get into relationships like straight after being with somebody and think that, hey, this is gonna be good for me. It's gonna be, I'm gonna distract myself with someone else, and that's how we be spreading the pain. That's why a lot of these relationships ain't working. And I'm not saying like I'm a perfect example of it. I'm still learning. I'm one human being. There's only so much I can do. There's only so many lessons I can learn. So I heavily prioritize my internal love because I can't be giving myself to nobody if I ain't got myself, sorted out first. So I really emphasize on your internal love. I really, really internalize it. I may not be perfect at it. There have been times where, I'll be like, I should really be doing X, Y, Z to help myself. Then I find myself, saying, oh, well, that's going to be too hard. Maybe I should run to the next thing. And then, that's where I say, I thank God that I'm a Christian. Because God has this really great way of seeing when I'm doing this. He says, bruh, get there.
Yeah,
That man
tell
pulls
him,
me back.
tell him.
God pulls me back. And that's what I say every night. I say, thank you, God. That time where I would have fallen short of the glory,
Right.
He said, come back. He said, come back. He said, come back. And that's where I find a lot of people missing is we're just running. I got to get to that person. That was cute. I got to get there. But you're still healing from 10 relationships you had before.
That part.
You got 10 relationships back there that you ain't taking the time to say, God, help me. I want to be better for my spouse. Now you hurt all these people, and it's kind of a continuation. So I'm heavily on that internal love. You got to love yourself before you get out there. You got to love yourself before you can even talk to anyone else, man. I'll keep going.
Yeah. How do you keep your internal love in check? Like, how do you know you are actually fulfilling yourself internally? Like, how do you make sure that it's up to par?
You've come to the right place. I'm actually a love guru.
Sorry?
I'm sorry. I'm kidding. Don't ever take me serious.
I missed it. I missed it.
I said you've come to the right place. I'm a love guru, but I'm lying. Don't take my word for that. The way in which I go about it personally, a lot of people have different ways, but what I do is I make a list. I reflect. I say there's a certain emotional intelligence that comes with being able to assess your wrongs in a situation and the wrongs of others and holding them in two separate entities to be subjective, right? There's a certain emotional intelligence that you got to have for that. I believe I have that, but I'm not saying I'm perfect with it, right? I believe I have it, but I'm not saying I'm perfect with it. What I do is I sit back and I say to myself, hey, you were X, Y, Z. They were X, Y, Z, right? And once I've taken those two subjective points as to say, I was this and they were this, I can then formulate to say, okay, you know what? What can I change to be better for myself? Because at the end of the day, a relationship is always going to come back to who you are in that relationship. It's not about how that person makes you feel. It's not about how y'all gel. It's not how tight we are with boys. It's not that. That's not a relationship. A relationship is two people who love themselves, bringing each other to love one another the way they need. If you're in a relationship with somebody who's not all put together, you're overcompensating and it brings you down there. You see what I'm saying? Yeah. I always say you got to be equally yoked with your spouse or your partner. Equally yoked is kind of, the way I look at it is, I know you know what it is, but for the viewers, it's kind of let's say these two objects are bound together by my fist, right? By my fist. This is a binding. If this one wants to stop and eat berries, the other must follow. So what it is when you're getting in a relationship, y'all need to be walking together. If the distractions of these poisonous berries entice your spouse, you're with the wrong person. Now you found yourself being dragged by the neck saying, God, oh my goodness, why are we eating these berries? You end up resenting that person because why are they focused on the things that are not the same as you? And that's my biggest thing is you got to be able to say, within me, I got my goal. I got this. This is my path. I ain't going to deviate from the path. If I fall short, the person who I'm going to be with needs to be pulling me back to the path, not away from the path. Mm-hmm. So in order to get into a good relationship, I believe you got to be equally yoked. Y'all need to have them discussions and y'all got to really be confident in yourself. You got to be good with yourself before you get into a relationship. Don't be,
So
I've had so many people say, "Oh, I'm gonna be with him because like I'm like very insecure and he's so confident." You know how many times I've been sitting here trying to deal with unconfident people like who are so like they're so low, like not even not in my relationships, but like just in like people talking to me like friendships and stuff like that.
yeah, like
It's draining.
interaction.
It's
Yeah,
draining on me because like I'm so really trying to tend to you, but what's tending to me because I'm losing myself in that. And that's, yeah, I say you got to be good with yourself before you can get into that romantic love. And
absolutely.
again, I'm not perfect at it at all. Please
You ain't
believe
perfect,
me.
but you try
Ain't
your
nobody,
best.
ain't nobody
You try to
perfect. Ain't nobody
hold
perfect.
yourself
I
accountable,
hold
which is
myself
key,
accountable.
right?
The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over again, hoping for a different result. I'm not the same person I used to be. You gotta keep growing. You gotta keep learning, and you really gotta be able to assess yourself. Don't be running and
Absolutely.
breaking hearts.
So on that note, between Sierra, Jola, and Irie, who taught you the most?
Sierra, by far. Sierra, by far. Um, yeah, yeah, Sierra, by far. Yeah, too many people for me to be telling them. There's too many
By the way,
people
y'all,
in
he
the
did it to himself.
live.
He be writing about these girls, so
There's
let's.
too many people in the live. Yeah, stupid. Oh my god. Oh my god. Look, the name dropping. No,
It's the
no, no, no,
song.
no, 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 no. Trust me. On all my songs, I don't be name dropping like that.
Yeah.
Sierra, like if it's like a Sierra, it'll be like a Stephanie. You know what I mean? It's not. I don't be using the. Please, don't get me out here being the guy who's. No, no,
They're
no,
about to
not
go
I,
through
not
your
I.
followers and be like,
No,
"Who's
hey,
Sierra?"
who's Sierra? Where's Sierra? Spill the tea.
Find the pictures.
You guys are mad. You guys are mad. Yo. It's hot. It's hot in this room. What happened? It's hot now. It's hot now. Okay. Sierra taught me the biggest lesson. The song of Sierra taught me the biggest lesson. Okay. The song.
For clarification,
See,
maybe
yes,
repeat that
and
one more time for people
yeah,
in the
the
back.
song inspiration of Sierra taught me the biggest lesson. You guys are going to see so many Sierras in my following. It's going to be so stupid. I'm going to hate this. I'm going to hate this. Do you know how many DMs I'm about to get? Me like, is this
Welcome to
her?
Behind the Music, y'all.
Let me say, is this her? This one? I saw you like her pic. It is the one? I'll get her to this. No. But Sierra taught me the biggest lesson. Sierra is kind of a continuation upon an experience I had in the past. I'm gonna spill it because we're behind the music right now and we're in the studio, so we may as well get comfortable. When I wrote Sierra, so this premise of Sierra is you're with somebody who's constantly bringing you down. You're with somebody who's not elevating you, right? So I sing Sierra, oh Sierra, why you gotta do me so? Why you gotta break me, oh Sierra, right? So what I'm saying in that is I'm with somebody who's not bringing me up. That's back to that being unequally yoked. I'm here, but you keep bringing, keep dragging me, keep dragging me, and that's what Sierra is about. It's kind of about being in a relationship where you're with somebody who's not lifting you up, and they're continuously not hurting you in a sense, but I want to employ the word detrimental for yourself. Because, like we was talking before, if you're going to be in a relationship, you got to be good with yourself. You got to be you, and you got to bring that you and that happiness within into that relationship. Don't count nobody to be happy for you, right? And again, I've been saying it, I'm not perfect. I was once in a position where I was like, oh my God, this person's so cool. Oh, lover boy, lover boy. I'm here. It's you and me, Shadi. And I didn't assess the things I should have been assessing. And that got me into the position of the tracks here. So yeah, so that was the biggest lesson. That's kind of where I really sat. I mean, the Man in the Pages, that album was my greatest lesson by far. That, oh my goodness, that lesson was heavy. But there was once you learn, you're not perfect. You learn to look out for certain things, But the devil comes in different ways, guys. I won't lie. The devil doesn't
Mhm.
come the same. The devil's not the same face you saw last week. Ooh,
Yeah,
the
yeah, yeah.
devil's a virus. The devil's a virus. I'm not saying that these people are devils, but you see, it's just there's those internal things about them that are not,
Yes, that
lining
are
up
they're
in the way.
off. And
They're
it
off.
again goes back to your equally yoke statement.
Exactly.
It's just not aligning.
It's
There's no
not
synergy because of those characteristics.
exactly.
So when we're thinking about Sierra then, what were some of those characteristics that she was missing?
Hey, characteristics. It was just being accountable for your actions. Uh, we as human beings, we I- I'm a Christian, so please, if I speak too biblical, just go and get the Bible. I don't know what to tell you. Come, let's talk about it together. All that's all I can say.
Just speak, yeah,
That's
speak
all
your
I
truth.
can say. As human beings, we're born into sin, right? We are born into the world of sin. That's what we are. We can't deny it. We got to keep it pushing.
Yeah.
In that, there are elements of negative behavior that we influence on each other. The things that I was missing in the project Sierra are being accountable, understanding a different perspective, and not being manipulative. I was in a state where I'm giving of all to me, all of me, like what John said, but I'm not receiving a nurturing foundation to be able to, continue giving that, right? So it was just, you know, egotisticalness ego is a thing, and we all have it. I have it. I'm not saying I'm perfect again. I've messed
Yeah.
up. Please believe it. I'm not the perfect human being. I've messed up. We're still healing. We're still getting there. But that was the main premise of that song: is you are missing things of substance in
Mm,
this relationship. It's one
mm.
thing if we look really good together. It's one thing if you're a great kisser, like what Usher said. And it's another thing, it's another thing if, we just connect. But we gotta have something on that deeper level. We gotta be able to say,
Yeah.
hey, I acknowledge you're down. Let me lift you up. Now that I see it down, how much lower can you get? How much can I if I hit you now, will you fall now? You know what I mean? So
Oh my
that was the
gosh.
kind of that. It was kind of that emotional awareness to say, hey, the person who you claim to be your all
Yeah.
ain't they ain't getting your all.
Hmm.
So that
Hmm.
was the main those are the main things I was missing from Sierra.
Okay, okay, okay. And those are such key things too, like accountability. And that last one that you mentioned, slipping my mind right now. What was the
Like the
last one?
emotional intelligence, bringing each
You
other
said
up, emotional.
you said no, you said accountability. You said there was three.
It
Accountability.
was the accountability.
Okay. Well, it's
Guys,
okay.
what did I say? Like I
Watch the
won't even know.
replay.
Please
I
watch the
will be doing
replay.
the same.
But yeah, there are important things. I'm just good at saying things. I'm just the artist. Remembering is a different
Yeah,
thing. There's so many
yeah, no,
songs
but
I don't
those
even
are
remember
all like
myself.
very, 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 very important. Very important. Oh, substance. Substance. That's what I was
Mm,
reaching for. That was the word
substance. That was the word.
I'm trying to
Yes.
get. Yeah, but like that's important because you really can't even have a relationship without substance. Like it
Yeah.
isn't really official unless there's
Yeah.
substance, you
You
know?
gotta be able, like y'all, we gotta connect on a deeper level. It's one thing to
Yeah.
look good together, but it's another thing if like I acknowledge you're low and I need to like acknowledge how to get you back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
And I love how you said it's one thing to look good because I feel like that is something that people really genuinely like look for. And I think it's like the era of social media that really
yes.
spoke a lot of truth to that. And also I think too, like your generation, I think we're pretty close in age, but you're definitely a Gen Z. And I think there's a lot when it comes to appearance that is just reigns
Oof.
dominance in terms of what people look for.
So I asked my friends.
Mm,
And for those who are watching, please answer also. I said, so my friends, I said, so what's your type? I want a 6 foot, dark skin, full beard, what, right? That's what they said. That's the type of person they want, right? I asked them, I said, so what if God gave you a 5 foot guy who could, he wouldn't cheat on you, He wouldn't do you wrong. He wouldn't manipulate you. He would care for you in all these ways. But he's not 6 foot, doesn't have a full beard. I asked my friends, and they all said, God would not give me a man that's 5 foot. I said, so you're really gonna be out here getting your heart broken by all these basketball player looking guys just because you think God will give you that? I said,
God, they said God.
I said God is
They're like, listen, I know what my future holds, and it's not that.
I said, I have never in my entire life, I have never been more shook. I laughed. Rachel, I laughed. I said, so, and you know what it is? It's not even like, oh, it hasn't happened. Do you know how many times these girls have come to me saying, hey, the guy that I was talking to broke up with him. He cheated on me. The guy that I was talking to, he manipulated me. The other guy was emotionally abusive. And I keep saying, go for the short guy. He wants to give you love. I said, go for the short. Yeah,
go for the short guy.
Who make
yeah. Read it out. Read it out louder.
So humans, so Dane says, my manager says, humans are the only species who make up fake problems to stop them from procreation. Yes. Oh yeah. I'm
facts.
guilty. I'm guilty. Look at me, bro. I'm not even gonna lie to you. I'm so guilty. Oh,
yeah.
I'm so guilty.
Yeah.
And it's
I'm guilty
nature, bro.
Yeah. Like once I was with this man, he was tall, dark, and handsome, and we looked amazing together. But like you said, that substance was just lacking. I'm like, listen, like conversations shouldn't be hard.
It should not be that hard. And I once had a friend. They were like, "Oh, so Ethan, you're saying that? Oh, we should go for a short, guys. Would you go for a tall girl?" I said, "I'll be doing this. Okay, come get this loving, baby." I said, "Come get this loving." I said, I'll jump, man. I'll jump.
Some of those female basketball players are very tall. Very tall.
They're massive. And if that's my colleague, if that's the person I'm meant to be with, cool. I'm gonna get up on that still. Or if there's a little midget, I'm gonna say, "What's up, baby? How you doing?
Okay.
Like, you good?" No, we eye level now. We eye level.
But short girls have it good. Short girls have it good because you can wear heels if you want. You can be short if you need to. Like, like depending on the vibe, you can kind of choose your height.
Yeah,
but once you're average and above, none of that matters.
I guess.
Short girls versus short guys, those are two different dynamics right there. There's two different teams I want.
No, heels also come in men's. Did you guys see people in the Middle Ages? The Middle Ages was a thing.
All right, we're gonna flip the subject. One last one. I wanted to talk to you about navigating the music industry. I know you have some thoughts about the Calgary scene versus the Toronto scene. So what's your opinion there?
It's kind of simple. Music industry is a very scary place. Number one, it's no longer about how good you are. It's not about how you can sing. It's not about what you can do. It's about who you know and how many followers you have on TikTok. That's the music industry. Not saying it's bad, not saying it's good. It's an observation, and it is what it is, right? I made that video that says the Calgary music scene is way better than Toronto music scene. The reason I made that is I looked at the music that's coming out of this city. The likes of Jared Daniel, Smeo, Q Benjamin, and a lot more artists like Malika. Like I could keep going, but we would be here for the whole night. So those are just a few artists of which when I listen to their music, I say, hey, you got something in there. That's real music. But the world doesn't look at the Calgary music scene because Toronto is Toronto's Drake's city.
Yeah, and it's also the heartbeat of the music industry. There's a lot of big companies out there.
We got Tory Lanez, who also came out of Toronto as well.
Yeah.
Nav came out of Toronto as well, I think. Yeah, Nav is an OVO,
Reyes.
I think. Yeah. Who?
Jesse Reyes.
Jesse Reyes? He's from Toronto?
She's from Ontario, yeah.
You see, like, yeah, like that's just the heartbeat of Canada. I didn't know that. Oh my goodness. I'm just starting learning.
Yeah, yeah,
But you see
yeah.
what I mean is that there are a lot of blind eyes taken onto Calgary, and I want that not to be the case. I want, in an ideal world, music is all music deserves to be listened to. It shouldn't be a case of, oh, Ethan Cybril's from Calgary. Yeah, we're gonna overlook that. Let's look for the next one in Toronto type thing. That should not be the case. It kind of should be, again, on maybe skill. I'm a very big advocate. If you got the goods, show them, and you deserve to be like compensated for them. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I feel like it needs to get back to that. It needs to be like when Quincy Jones was, running the music industry. It wasn't about who you know, how you look good on TikTok, how many dances you can do. You know what I mean? It's about the genuine artist, the
Mhm.
person who, if they were to sit in this room, would give us a hit, a catchy song, a heartbreak song, a love song, and a bop upon request. That's what I feel the music industry should be. It's not, it's okay. I'm gonna just keep adhering
It
to
has
what it
evolved.
is. It got,
It has evolved.
yeah, it's evolved, and there's so many things that are like so different from the past and what we are at now. And I feel like it's good and bad because it's good because it's kind of easier to get recognition for your music.
Yeah.
Here's why I say that. Here's why I say it's easier. Growing up in the previous years of the music industry, it was about your talent. You had to be the guy in order to be heard. Right now, you can either show a little skin, pay a lot of
And it's
dollars on TikTok
not even
to
it's
go
not
viral.
it's not show little skill. It's just like, do you show up on Instagram consistently?
Yes.
Yes, no. And that's it.
Yeah.
That's basically it.
Yeah.
And
You got
that's
to be
if you
trending.
show up consistently, then a lot of eyes are drawn to you, and all of a sudden
Yeah.
you're considered talented by popular vote.
Yes.
But it's when you break down, it's like, okay, can you actually like read music? Do you know how to like put instruments together and like actually produce a song? Like, do
Yeah.
you actually have the skill sets to do this?
Yeah.
And that's when it starts to get a little iffy.
Yes. Like, are you singing or did we just really hit that auto tune? Like, did we slap that thing all the way up?
Yeah.
But like again, that's I just
But
like to make that joke.
that's no shade, because that was
That's no
T-Pain's
shade.
whole career, and homie can sing.
I I have never been more angry when I saw T-Pain live. I said, "Sir, you can do this," and you've been like, "My guy, what?"
Right. But remember, again, it was a different time,
Yeah,
right? At that time, autotune was innovative.
it was
Like, it was
new.
new, and it was a way for you to
Hmm.
stand out from everybody else, right?
Oh yeah.
And like, I don't know if you've ever got a chance to read into T-Pain's story about how he was able to autotune his voice, because he wasn't someone that was paying hundreds of dollars to sit in a studio to like get audio engineers to like do that for him.
Really?
Like, he figured it out with his own machine and rewired it, and it was like a whole thing. So
That
it's really
is
interesting, but
crazy.
it's amazing that he was able to be so successful putting in that type of work, finding ways
Exactly.
to innovate his
You
sound
gotta
and
you
the
gotta be
music
innovative.
industry in general.
You gotta be innovative. Otherwise, nobody gonna listen to you. No one gonna give you no. They ain't gonna pay you no mind if you ain't
I
innovative.
know. No one knew. No one knew. No one knew. I was pissed off too. I was like, wait, huh?
Listen.
Like,
For real?
I was missing out on so much.
I could have asked you to come to my Christmas party. Like you didn't have
Yeah,
like
literally.
you could have done it. I didn't have to bring the tuning machine.
That's
Like
hilarious. All right, sir. Well, do you have any upcoming projects that we should know about, or
yeah,
events?
yeah. The life of a musician. Um, Saturday, teamed up with Third Verse. We're doing a show called Jollof and Jam. I'm gonna be a part of that one. I'm very excited to showcase one new song. One new song.
Ooh.
That's gonna be the first release of next year, so I'm excited to show that one. In terms of projects, I've had a revamp. I'm not I had put a lot of pressure on myself to make a lot of music and do a lot of things, but now I'm kind of just gonna enjoy it for a little bit. I'm gonna give out one of my most anticipated singles. It's gonna
Oh,
it's called Woman. It's coming out in
mhm.
January. I'm gonna give that one out, and I think I'm gonna take a month break just to really assess myself and yeah, I want to give
Yeah,
the best of me. I
and
really want to
rightfully
give the
so.
best of me.
Rightfully so, because
Mm,
I was really looking at your catalog, and you started the year off with Conceited, then you did Cheap Talk,
mm,
then you released a three single EP, and
yeah.
then you had and then Good For You. Like you were going hard this year. Have you felt like all of that work has paid off? Like now that like we're basically at the end of the year, do you feel like it paid off? Yeah.
And the just the feedback has been immense. I'm I'm in a position now where I know what I need to do, and I'm in a position where I understand that some things need to be looked at differently. Some emotions need to be dealt with.
Mhm.
Some production enhancement needs to be done, and I really gotta sit back with self again. I think I gave Cybril to I gave too much of Cybril. So we gotta reel that back in and really assess like where I'm at. There's been
Yeah.
a lot of things happened in my life recently. The train attack being one of them.
Oh yeah.
Uh,
Oh my
yeah, the
gosh.
the
Oh my
mugging, the
gosh.
mugging in
I
South
remember seeing
Africa.
that. I was like, no. Yeah, yeah, yeah. That was really
Yeah,
traumatic. That
then
was traumatic
there
for
was
me
the
to see.
yeah,
Never mind for you to
oh
experience. Yeah.
yeah, and then there was the mugging in South Africa. They took my phone. So I've been at a constant mental war, but it comes with being able to understand that, hey, guy, sit with it, understand it, deal with some things, and really, really put the best of you forward. Because right now I feel I'm giving myself, but it's not me. So I'm just gonna be, I'm just gonna be me.
Yeah,
I'm just gonna come back to
yeah,
self.
and especially yeah, especially like managing all of that as a student as well,
Hmm.
right? Like, I'm so grateful that you're somebody that is aware. Like, you are
Yeah,
very self-reflective. You are very conscious of like what is happening internally, externally. Like, you are very emotionally aware. And like, I reached out to you too after that incident. You told me that you were going through therapy, which is freaking fantastic.
yeah,
So like I'm just grateful that you have that insight and confidence to take those steps to just focus on you because that is so, so, so important, especially after
important.
such a
Yes,
successful year in terms of your
yeah,
music career.
yeah. No, I just gotta take the time to like get back to me. I had a big plan for next year, but it's gonna be big, but I'm just gonna take my time with it. I'm not gonna stress myself too much.
Yeah.
'Cause I gotta get good for me before I can, I'm in a relationship with y'all. All the viewers and the fans. I'm in a relationship with y'all. And
And
I'm at my
Monica,
low
don't
point.
forget about Monica.
Exactly.
Listen, she's over there, she's getting healthy.
Hmm. Exactly. Yeah, Monica, she need that from me. She need me. She's
Yeah.
up here, y'all are up here and I'm still down here. I can't have y'all come back down. I
He's
gotta
not
get back
equally
up.
yoked right
I
now,
gotta I
y'all.
gotta
He's not equally
equally
yoked.
yoked. I'm not equally yoked with y'all. I'm sorry. I'm not equally yoked. I'm sorry. I gotta take a step back. I gotta assess me. I'm gonna come back better, stronger, and better. But like for now, we're not equally yoked. Me and my fans and me and the music. We're just seeing we're not seeing eye to eye. My music wants me to be doing this, and I'm still like ah. But I'm gonna get there. A
Yeah.
month or so, we should be
Absolutely,
back.
absolutely. I have all confidence in you.
Thank you.
Um,
Thank you.
yeah, you're gonna be a-okay, and
Mm,
I can't wait to see what happens after you take that break. But
mm.
until then, enjoy this upcoming performance. I hope you
Thank you.
party hard, whatever that looks like to
Oh
you
yeah.
afterwards, in
Yeah, yeah.
celebration of this year, in celebration of that performance, and
Thank
just
you.
like really live it up. It's gonna be the
Thank you
last
so
one of the
much.
year, right?
Yeah, last performance of the year,
Yeah.
23rd at the Devonian
Yeah.
Gardens.
Thank you so much for coming
Thank
on
you.
Behind the Music.
Thank you for having me. Thank you so much.
That's today's episode. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe for more conversations with artists in Canada.